Freakonomics Radio is sponsored by Southern New Hampshire University. The best investments are the ones you make in yourself, and no one knows that better than Southern New Hampshire University. With more than 200 online degree programs, no set class times, and low online tuition, Southern New Hampshire University is built to fit your life today and set you up for success tomorrow. Education is an investment. Why not make it a smart one? Apply for free at snhu.edu/Freakonomics. Freakonomics Radio is sponsored by Hotels.com. Hotels.com gives you access to hundreds of thousands of hotels worldwide. And when you join for free, you can save up to 20% instantly with member prices. Plus, every stay earns rewards. So when you book one trip, you're already lowering the cost of the next one. Hotels.com is simple, rewarding, and designed to help you get more out of every stay. Sign up for free and book today. Hotels.com. It's all in the name. Freakonomics Radio is sponsored by Amica. You know what they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So go with Amica and get coverage from a mutual insurer that's built for their customers, one that looks after what's important to you together. Auto, home, life, and more, coverage that fits your unique needs. Amica helps you protect what matters most. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
From APM, American Public Media, and WNYC, this is Freakonomics Radio on Marketplace. Here's the host of Marketplace, Kai Ryssdal.
Time now for a little Freakonomics Radio. It's that moment every couple of weeks we talk to Stephen Dubner, the co-author of the books and the blog of the same name. The hidden side of everything is what he does. Hey, Dubner, how are you?
Hey, Kai, I'm great. Hey, I've got a question for you today. How well do you think that a computer would do your job hosting this radio show?
What are you kidding? You've been probing my nightmares? What? That's not a good question.
Here's the thing. It strikes me we're at this very interesting point in history where we've all become very reliant on computers, and yet there are some things that humans do and will always do better, like radio hosting. But let me ask you this parallel question. Okay. How good are you at driving, let's say?
Well, I'm a man, so of course I say I'm a great driver.
There you go.
Right?
So no matter how good you are, even good drivers obviously pose a risk. Yes. I was talking about this with a fellow named Raj Kumar. He's an engineering professor at Carnegie Mellon in Pittsburgh.
Because 93% of accidents happen due to human error. We really are trying to basically take the human error tendency out of the picture.
Okay, 93% I get, but how do you take human error tendency out of the picture, dude?
Here's what you do, Kai. You do not let humans drive, okay? Raj Kumar heads up a Carnegie Mellon team that's been developing a driverless car. A couple weeks ago, I went for a ride in this car.
Really? I was about to ask if you got to drive it, but I guess not.
I didn't get to drive. Nobody got to drive it.
So did you go out like on the city streets of where's Carnegie Mellon? Pittsburgh, right?
We didn't. It's in Pittsburgh. In this case, we just drove around a big track that Carnegie Mellon has built on the site of an old steel mill. But there were on this track, there are other cars, bicyclists, there's a skateboarder in the road, there's stoplights, there's construction, all the elements of real driving.
Right. Does it, what does this thing look like? Does it have like the big camera turret on top so it can see what's going on and sensors and all
Actually, no. So that's the Google car that a lot of people have seen pictures of. So Carnegie Mellon's developing this car for General Motors. So this was a Cadillac SUV, and their mission is to build a driverless car that A, doesn't look like a robot, and B, is relatively affordable. So all the cameras and sensors and radars are embedded in the bumpers and elsewhere. It looks pretty much like a stock car unless you open up the spare tire compartment. That's where all the computers are. Yeah. And then there's also a big red kill button on the dashboard.
Is that for when the car's about to crash into something and you're sitting there going,
that's the issue here. Okay, so GM and Google are not the only ones developing driverless cars. There's a lot of competition, which I would argue is a very good thing. And from all the evidence so far, it appears to be astonishingly successful at low speeds and high speeds, city streets, highways. And it looks like a driverless car will screw up a lot less than a car driven by us, by humans. So then the question gets to be, when do we get it? When does this happen for real? And what interests me really is what kind of effects will that have on society?
Well, spitball it for me. What's going to happen?
Well, Honestly, I personally think it's a revolution waiting to happen. You just think about all the industries that get affected, for better or worse. So the auto industry, of course, the insurance industry, older people could live on their own longer if they don't have to drive themselves. Drunk driving wouldn't be such a big concern, which is good news for restaurants and bars. But to me, the biggest impact by a long, long shot is safety.
Yeah, because lots of people die in car accidents.
34,000 traffic deaths a year, roughly, in the U.S. And if you look worldwide, 1 million deaths from traffic fatalities. And there's injuries. And in the U.S., traffic accidents send more than 2 million adults to the ER each year. And of course, the economic cost of all this danger is massive. There's also the fact that most people enjoy driving.
Pry this steering wheel from my cold, dead hands.
Well, that is a common sentiment.
Yeah.
But the fact is that most of us don't drive anywhere near as safely as we think. Here, get this, Kai. About 80% of drivers rate themselves above average, which is, of course, statistically not possible. And believe me, if we found out that human error by, let's say, public radio hosts was causing 1 million deaths worldwide, my friend Kai, I would replace you with a computer in a heartbeat.
Stephen Dubner, Freakonomics.com is the website. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
Hey, podcast listeners. On the next Freakonomics Radio, it's something you do every time you eat at a restaurant or get your hair cut, but we're going to tell you everything wrong with it.
I don't like to tip. I think tipping's unpleasant.
It's discriminatory.
The more tipping you see in a given country, the more corruption you generally see in that country as well.
Should tipping be banned? That's next time on Freakonomics Radio. Freakonomics Radio is sponsored by Ozempic. Innovation happens through rethinking what's possible, and when it comes to GLP-1s, Ozempic pill does just that. Learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 4 and 9 milligrams, by calling 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and ask your doctor what's possible with FDA-approved Ozempic pill. Freakonomics Radio is sponsored by Vitamix. According to the LA Times, the average American home contains 300,000 items, including a staggering number of appliances. All those gadgets, just clutter. But there's one tool that delivers what a dozen others only promise. From pureeing to chopping, Vitamix blenders bring the power of an entire kitchen to your countertop, offering enduring performance and precision you can count on. In a world full of clutter, do more with less. Visit Vitamix.com and shop now.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. From roof repair to emergency plumbing and more, when you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well.
Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust. Find a pro for your project at Angie.com.